Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Yoseline. Thanks for joining us once again on this journey for celebrity headlines. We're very excited to go over.
We've got a lot of developments in the Oscars world. The Oscars are coming up in March, and there's been some backlash as to a specific
Something I did not expect coming. I also believe that, I don't know, is it going to affect the run here, the competition? And you know, it's an interesting. We weren't fans of this movie. We'll see what happens and how this plays a part.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the never-ending saga of Justin and Blake. As you can imagine, there are new developments.
Yeah, and there's actually quite several. Forbes magazine, thank you for breaking it down through this. The most recent timeline, and there's a good 3 things that we need to discuss for this week.
Absolutely. And you know, guys, we brought this up. The Grammys were this weekend. Anybody who knows pop culture was probably watching. We're gonna break down the winners, what we thought of it, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera. And we'll just kick off our weekend because really that's what my weekend entailed, of watching the Grammys and enjoying that. I think that I'm really aging myself when I say that's what I was looking forward to. Staying in at home, watching TV, some food.
And it was good. This Grammys was very good. I felt like I was at a concert. So
do you think it's because your pick and your music has expanded?
I just think that they had, I liked everyone who performed, and I think that they really were trying to drive this to be very Fire Aid similar.
Yeah.
Just because of the money that they were raising. So yeah, I really did enjoy it.
I do want to say that that's all I really did this weekend. I hung out with.
That's her recap.
That's literally my recap. Wait, did we go eat this weekend or no? Was it that too?
It was this weekend.
Tell me why. Okay, I did do something else aside from that. I obviously hung out with Chloe, and then we went to have dinner on Saturday with Brenda and our other friend Val. And you know, I hadn't done that in a while, and it was such a nice treat to get ready like adults and. How do I say this without sounding weird? Going to a restaurant and just being we're all adults. We all pay our bills. Let's just order food. Have fun. I think I have I remember going to out to eat, and I always think of when we're in our 20s or something like that. And I think we enjoy food more. I think that's more of the thing where we're ooh, you ordered the Peruvian tuna.
Yeah.
It's just everyone.
Oysters for the table.
That's the thing. I think I just enjoyed everyone was so willing to try food.
Yeah, not only trying food, but the conversation was good. You know, just about our lives, about the state of the world, about.
Did we? Yeah.
Everything was discussed during that dinner. But yeah, what else?
It was super fun, and then that was basically and then the Grammys. I did the adult thing to do was go to our local HEB and buy my grocery stores for the week. And shout out to Chloe for cooking some amazing steaks.
Some steak for the Grammys?
For the Grammys.
Okay.
Yes, for the Grammys. So I was a happy camper. How about you?
Well, I also had dinner with Yoseline, Chloe, and Val. I was there too. That was nice. Hung out with friends this weekend. That was a good time. Also the Grammys. I didn't do anything special for my Sunday night dinner. I basically repeated what I did last week because I didn't have time to really put that much thought into what I wanted to do, because I wanted to have dinner in time to just sit and enjoy what felt like 4 hours of the Grammys. And then
I think it was.
Yeah. Right, it was super long. Aside from that, this week I've really gotten into, lately I haven't been watching that much TV aside from Traitors, but I'm really into Love Island All Stars. I had heard good things from my friend. And I was just kind of on the fence, but then Sunday I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I am obsessed. That's all I watch right now. I just look forward to watching it nonstop. So yeah, that's just been watching Love Island and having a good time.
I don't blame you. I don't judge you.
And a big milestone for me, I ran 4 miles.
Nice.
this week. I cracked that 4-mile mark. I haven't done that, so I was pretty proud of myself for doing that. So that's pretty much my week in a
That's
nutshell.
awesome. That's like, yeah, no shading your game. I think that sounds like a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to really get into these beautiful headlines on celebrity news. Not a lot, but major headlines. I think like every headline has a major celebrity in it. We're starting off with some good news out of the wildfires in California. First, let's talk about the concert. I know we kind of mentioned it last week, but it was happening as we were recording. And I will say, after I got home and like put it on, I didn't really know anyone that was playing until Gracie came out and someone else. Oh, Gwen Stefani, no doubt.
I kept forgetting. I'm like, oh yeah, I forget California's like completely different time zone, but like it made sense why they saved all the people towards the end. I jumped on when it was like Stevie Nicks, Olivia Rodrigo, Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers were before Olivia Rodrigo, and I was like, that's an interesting choice.
I love them.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Nothing like too crazy came out of it. Those, when they try to pluck a headline of something that happened in there. The only like really cute video that I saw like on TikTok was about a little girl who was there, and Gayle King helped introduce her to Katy Perry because she was a super fan, and I don't think she necessarily was impacted by the fires, but she started a fundraiser, and she was selling something to like do it.
Katy Perry, were you the one that said that a lot of people have shown interest in her again after her Fire Aid performance?
Oh, I don't know. Haven't seen it. I know she did, but
somebody told me that. I don't know who told me that, but that a lot more people are. It's just because it was more stripped down, and it like isn't this over the top Katy Perry?
Yeah,
and it was just like more interesting.
And probably her hits too. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she sang "California Girl." Like,
well, I didn't see it, but I'm sure she did.
Yes, and other good news, we have Billie Eilish helped replace a Los Angeles wildfire victim's lost t-shirt with the help of Meghan Markle this week. Well, the Duchess shared the story on social media, saying in a video that she found a girl who lost her home in the Eden fire while visiting Altadena with her husband, Prince Harry, in January. The girl had lost a beloved t-shirt from one of Eilish's concerts. Markle says she doesn't know Eilish, but connected with the singer through Adam Levine and Bahati. Instead of replacing the t-shirt, Eilish sent a robust care package of clothing, merchandise, and a signed record for the girl, who Markle said that she was 15 years old.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's super cute.
That's super nice.
Which,
that girl.
Not to like change the subject on the thing, but I had no idea Meghan Markle was so active in her social media, because it was an Instagram story of her just like, hey guys, like,
I saw her like post a video the other day, but I just wasn't entirely interested because I was in the middle of work, and I don't like to watch videos at my desk because I don't even hear it. So I was like, I'll just watch it later. And I'm assuming,
like, what is Brenda doing?
I'm assuming that was the video, right? Because that's all she's posted.
Yeah,
she posted more stuff.
I don't think so. I think they would have made headlines.
Yeah.
Other developing news we have here, it's like just the tip of the iceberg here with Blake Lively, but Blake Lively's next film project officially has a title and premiere date. The sequel to Lively's 2018 film, A Simple Favor, is titled Another Simple Favor, and it's set to mark its debut opening night film at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin next month, and that's according to a news release sent out on Tuesday. We'll touch more on her and how the timeline is going there, but
it's going to be a straight to release to Amazon. They decided not to go to theaters, which I think was the best choice.
Now, do you think she's going to be at South by?
It's in March. I don't know. Will they let her leave the state of New York?
Yeah. I think there's a good possibility that, I think in my opinion, South by is a good, if she wants to do press, I think it is a good opportunity.
I don't think that she would.
Because I think she could easily walk into the screening, say thank you for coming, we're really excited for you to watch this, let the movie start, and then she just leaves.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's it. But South by is known for its panels. That's kind of what you're going there for. It'd really be weird if they host a panel and the two stars aren't in it. It's not like she's a cast ensemble. It's just her and
Maybe
Anna
they'll
Kendrick.
try to use that to rehabilitate a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if I was her PR person, I'd be like, I don't know, because we're just in the midst of this firestorm. I think a lot of the conversation's going to be about your lawsuit and finding ways to like ask about, well, you know, how do you feel in these, you know, it's
or like, how you been doing?
Yeah, they're going to find ways
simple.
to ask it. They're going to ask a simple favor. Can you
a simple
answer this question? Yeah, I don't think it's probably a good idea for her to go.
We'll see. We'll have to find out. And South by is happening.
Do you take my advice or not?
What's happening next month? Moving on now to Denise Richards and Her Wild Things is a reality docuseries that premiered on Bravo. Set to premiere on Bravo on March 4th, 2025. The show features the actress and the former Real Housewife of Beverly Hills star Denise Richards and her family. Richards also serves as an executive producer on the series.
I don't watch Real Housewives.
I do,
but I know Denise Richards.
It's very interesting to me because she really was one of the people that felt that she was on the show from the money. And she was just like, I'm just here because I'm a big name. I'm getting a big paycheck, but I'm not going to share personal information. I'm not going to interact. And I know that second season she was in, they kind of like, she became a big storyline with like Brandy and all that, and she just seemed to like hate every aspect of it. However, I do get now that she's credited as an executive producer, you have control of the edit. Unlike Real Housewives, she didn't.
Which Real Housewives? Beverly Hills?
Mm-hmm,
oh, okay.
Beverly Hills. So it's interesting. I think she's still with her husband that she was on Beverly Hills. He's a unique character. He's very into like holistic healing and like. He believes he's found the cure to cancer and that aliens and governments are after get him for it.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah. And then her daughter, which is Samantha Sheen, she is her daughter from her previous relationship with Charlie Sheen. I believe she's on OnlyFans and she's very popular.
Oh, I've heard about that.
So I wonder if she's going to be a part of it and how that dynamic. I think so too.
I'm sure if it's more focused on her life, she's like, all right, family has to come back together so we can make entertainment.
Yeah, so there you have it. So I'll probably like watch videos on TikTok. I don't think I'd go out of my way to go.
Is it already
is
in the
on March 4th?
Oh, March 4th.
Or 5th
okay.
or 4th.
It's coming out soon.
The 4th. So if you're a fan of the Real Housewives thing, I'm pretty sure you'll.
Or if you know of Denise Richards.
If you're a fan of Denise Richards, yeah, it's a good way. I mean. You'd think she'd do like a Demi Moore comeback, not a reality TV show.
Oh, I don't think she is on the same level.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then moving on to Q Landslide, Giselle Blanchett has expanded her family. The supermodel has given birth to her third child, the first with her boyfriend Joaquin Valente. TMZ has learned of the birth, and my prayers go out to.
There was some love there.
I know, my prayer goes out to Tom Brady.
Going through a difficult time.
I'm pretty sure. Like, he is not okay, and I guarantee you, he is not okay.
I just didn't realize like her and the jiu-jitsu guy would make it this far, have a baby too.
You didn't know she was pregnant? Yeah, you did.
I did, but did I? I don't
remember that's why he posted that very sad.
Yeah,
that's why I said Q Landslide.
That's true.
I just didn't know she was so far along in her pregnancy. I thought it was, when we found out, I thought it was closer to the start of it, but I feel like that was just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But I'm not really
keeping.
Yeah, good for her. Other mommy news, we have Lily Collins is loving her new mommy era. The actress who announced the arrival of her daughter last week shared a sweet Instagram story of her first photo starring both Collins and the newest member of her family. Collins announced the arrival of the baby girl, whose name is Tove, on Friday, whom they welcomed via surrogate.
I saw something about how her husband was like fighting with online trolls because everyone was like giving her shit for having a surrogate baby, and he's like, you never know what people are going through privately, like you don't know what decisions go behind these things. And for real, like people can choose how to have birth whichever way they want.
Yeah, I wouldn't like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't even know how old she is. I don't think she's up there.
I think she's around my, like, early 30s, maybe 31-ish. So,
maybe.
like,
Let me
Yeah,
see, I'm curious.
I don't know, maybe she
And I'm only
has.
curious because I think she's closer to like Zac Efron's age, and Zac Efron is not like that young.
Zac Efron, I want to say she's maybe 31. Let's see if I get it right.
Let's see. No, she's 35.
35. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, whatever, that's still an age, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we should not definitely judge.
I'm not gonna comment on how she chose to have a child. She has a child. Congratulations to her. They look very happy.
Now, some sad news to another Lily. We have Lily Allen. She is having a hard time following her split from husband David Harbour. Well, on Monday, multiple sources are confirming to People that the Smile singer and the Stranger Things actor had split after more than 4 years of marriage, and these sources are saying that she is going through it.
I was not surprised because I recently saw something about how she did an interview or something along the lines of she said that she had caught him or somebody caught him
Raya.
on Raya, and that she was like super upset. Obviously, like you
That's
found your husband
interesting.
on Raya, and then I didn't really see anything after that. And then this happened, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I wonder if that was accurate.
Yeah. Interesting. They
would
seemed
assume
like
so.
very weird. I still remember seeing their tour of their apartment or house in New York, and they're very eccentric. Like,
Oh, I just remember like them having a wedding photo shoot at In-N-Out, and I'm like,
Yum.
goals,
Yummy.
but probably
Man,
not goals.
Now I'm hungry.
In-N-Out sounds good.
Yeah, I know, for real. So, okay, let's switch to movie news. We have Marvel has a summer box office hit in their hands with the upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps, which saw its trailer in its first 24 hours, more than 202 million views across all platforms after dropping on Tuesday.
Did you watch it?
I didn't.
I watched the trailers we're gonna talk about right before, and it looks really good.
You know what's so funny? I was writing this. I'm like, I just had no time to click on the actual trailer, but I'm like, I can't believe I haven't watched it, and it came out earlier this week. Like, I'm such a Marvel person that I'm like your main demographic kind of thing. Like, I love Disney and Marvel, and like going to Disney for Marvel. I love going to all the premieres. Like, I like going to opening weekend, and the fact that they've just lost me the last couple of years, I'm like, oh, this sucks. But hopefully they get me back, win me back with this movie.
I mean, you can win me back just with Pedro Pascal, and that's like the ticket for me. I mean, it looks like a good cast. I like the 4 people that they picked for the main characters, and my thing is like, for me, Fantastic Four has never been like a, oh my god, love them. Like, even the one with Jessica Alba.
I remember being obsessed with that one.
Oh really?
When I saw Jessica Alba with like platinum blonde hair, I'm like, I need to go platinum blonde. I did not, but I was inspired.
Yeah.
I was inspired.
It looks good, so I'll be watching.
So more movie magic is happening this summer because this summer's action-packed monster movie Jurassic World Rebirth has released its first trailer, a glimpse into the latest film into the franchise. It's starring Jonathan Bailey, Scarlett Johansson, and Mahershala Ali, among others. Universal is set for the global opening on July 2nd, and Jonathan Bailey can win me over any day. And
Did you watch that trailer?
No, I didn't. I will say I'm not surprised.
Good.
I think I've only seen the first Jurassic Park movie ever.
Oh, really?
I've never seen any of the other ones.
I'm excited for this one because with so they are going to an area. I didn't really hear the beginning. I wasn't paying a whole attention to the beginning of it, but I'm guessing the plot is they go into a dinosaur area, but it's the dinosaurs that Jurassic Park never wanted because they're so dangerous.
Oh, okay.
And they're trying to extract, I guess, the DNA from the egg of one of the dinosaurs. I don't know why. They explained it, but I did not pay attention. And it just looks good. Like, you have Jonathan Bailey, you have Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali.
Yeah,
like, it's just a good cast.
I was very surprised I'm not a Jurassic Park girly because that's like up my alley. Like,
I like it.
Like
So
those franchise, like very like Marvel, like Jurassic Park. I'm very basic when it comes to that kind of stuff. And
well, you don't like scary things, don't you?
I don't think that's scary though.
It isn't.
Yeah, I don't
That's
consider
why, like,
that.
if
I don't
it's
like
a scary thing. It's not scary.
I don't like scary things, but I don't consider that scary. Dinosaurs.
No, I mean, obviously the first 3 those came out when I was young. I liked the Chris Pratt ones, except for I think like the 3rd one was kind of whatever. But yeah, I'm excited. I always love me a Jurassic Park movie. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
It's my favorite. One of my favorite rides, also.
Oh,
at
I went
Universal.
on the rides. Yeah.
It's a good one.
But singing to, it's weird. It's kind of movie and music news because pop music superstars Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande came together to talk all things Wicked, though. In the midst of the gushing over each other and their work, they hinted at making music together. Eilish interviewed Grande on Tuesday night after a screening of Wicked for an audience of directors and members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science at the DGA Theater. Eilish, who admitted she's been a big fan of Grande's for years, raved about both Grande's body of work and the film during the half-hour Q&A. A portion of the conversation was recorded, and you can see that on Variety. So this reminds me of when Taylor Swift did that Q&A when she had submitted her music video short film to the Oscars. So you kind of do this to like grab their attention and get them to like vote for you. So that's why it's a theater full of these people that are allowed to vote in the Academy. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like you like charm them and win them and talk about how you, it's your campaign. And I was just like, what in the world? Why? And I'm like, oh, it's part of her campaign for supporting actress. Like you bring in Billie Eilish, but I don't know.
I don't think like the Academy Awards would be like, whoa, Billie Eilish. Gonna vote for you now, Ariana.
Yeah, I think I would have. If I was Ariana, who would I have brought? I would have brought someone that's like.
I don't think it would have mattered.
Well respected, yeah.
Does it matter who's asking you questions?
Yes, because you invite them, right? Say I invite you to ask me a question, and you are a well-respected member of them. They're gonna be like, "Well, I respect Brenda. If Brenda accepted this invitation, and she's giving kind of her."
I guess Billie Eilish is respected in a sense, but I guess like a golden age.
She's won like 2 Oscars, so it makes sense why she would. She does have some kind of sway.
Maybe Jennifer Coolidge, but I think that would have been more like a funny thing. I don't think it's like a serious enough. I don't know who else she could ask. But yeah, I mean, Billie Eilish has an Oscar, 2 Oscars under her belt, so it's like the youngins are taking over. Yeah, we'll see if Ariana takes that because I know. Well, we'll get to the whole Emilia Perez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So Sabrina Carpenter, she is thanking everyone for her Grammy wins by giving us a little sweet and short treat. She has released the deluxe edition of her Sweet and Short album. I think it's like 4 or 5 songs.
It already released?
No, it's coming later.
Okay.
It's like 4 or 5. It's because she showed the track list. And one of those songs is Please, 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 featuring Dolly Parton. And I am freaking out. That's going to be so interesting.
It's so good. But it makes sense why she's been kind of like country twanging some of her songs when she performs them live because I think that she was just kind of gearing up to like do this little country collab.
And it's giving like a Volt song, so I'm definitely.
Oh no, that's why I'm super excited. I love me some extra tracks on an album.
I just couldn't make it quite there.
I think like since Taylor's like whole Volt track, I've appreciated that people release extra songs or
of that time,
of that album and stuff.
Nice. Because it doesn't mean necessarily that they were bad songs, but it just means
didn't make
that
the cut as far as like what the concept that they wanted to like keep intact.
Because say I have like 3 great dance songs, but it's like I can't put 3 dance songs because I need to put some slower stuff in there, vice versa. So I'm excited to hear that.
We're seeing the same vibe on these. Like I could do without this and do without that.
Absolutely. Well, fresh off her big win for Album of the Year at the Grammys on Sunday night, Beyonce has more news for us. Well, a new stadium tour is on the way supporting that 2024 LP Cowboy Carter. The genre-bending superstar announced on Monday that her next tour would open in Los Angeles on April 28th and continue for 22 shows in 8 different cities, including 2 stops overseas in London and Paris, wrapping on July 11th in Atlanta. Pre-sale for this begins on February 11th, so you were a big fan. February 11th. Brenda, put it in your calendar. General ticket sales start on after pre-sale February 14th, so that is next week via Beyonce's website. It is looking like it's short. I'm
excited to see like what she comes up with for this tour because Renaissance was like its whole thing. I've seen her before. I saw her when she toured with Jay-Z. That was really nice.
At this point, it's looking like it's 22 shows. 8 cities. That means she's just gonna have long weekends.
Oh, that sounds. I mean, she's gonna bring everyone to town.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna wanna. I mean, that's smart.
So
like,
she
if
did
you don't
for
want to
Renaissance?
like tour all over the place, if you're Beyonce, people will come to you.
Yeah,
So
like-
you don't really have to do a whole lot. I'm
Mhm.
excited to see all
Would
the
you
videos.
go to that?
Yes and no, because I don't know. I'm not super like I'm not gonna jump on the chance to like get tickets if they sell out. I'm like, okay. I just want to see all the TikTok lives
Yeah.
of the concert.
I think there was more of a chance of me wanting to go to Renaissance than
Cowboy Carter.
There's some good songs on there, but I think I lean towards Renaissance.
I just kind of want to see what the aesthetic is going to be. Even seeing her perform for like that halftime show, I think it was the Christmas one. Like, I just like it looks like it's going to be magical. I don't know. I have things I have to pay for.
I know,
Aside
priorities.
from concert tickets.
Well, we brought it up last time. Trisha Paytas, the internet personality and Just Trish podcast host, took over the St. James Theater in New York City for one night on February 3rd for Trisha's Paytas' Big Broadway Dream, an original musical featuring special guests like Sutton Foster, Ben Platt, Rachel Zegler, and Joy Woods. A lifelong fan of musical theater, Paytas played herself in the show, which centered on her manifesting her dream of graduating from YouTube to the stage. Structured similar to A Christmas Carol, the voice of Broadway, played by Woods, guided the star as she met with Foster, Platt, and Zegler, who are big figures that represent Broadway past, present, and future, as to ask for advice on her journey.
I just saw the one clip of her with Rachel Zegler. And
Where Rachel is singing Rent.
Yeah, when they're singing Rent. Obviously, Trisha isn't the best singer, but she was having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes guts to go on stage,
And that's just
perform in front
Trisha.
of like people Broadway-ish. Like that's good for her.
I want to know, can she submit this for a Tony? That's what I
I'm
want to know.
sure she could. I'm sure if people. I mean, I don't know.
I'd love to see that.
But it's like actually on Broadway, right?
It was
Or
on
off
Broadway. No, it says
On
it would
Broadway.
have said off Broadway. It's on
Okay.
Broadway.
I mean, if you can get on Broadway, like, congrats. Congrats, girl.
Do it, girl. Do it. And I would love to know how. Maybe there's like a documentary, like the making of, because I want to know how
Sure,
she
it'll be on
got these
YouTube.
3 people. Like, how was the call?
I'm sure that they love her.
I'm pretty sure Rachel, maybe Ben Platt. I don't know about
I
Sutton
think
Foster.
Sutton Foster's the only one that I'm like, ugh.
Or
I'm
is
sure
that
like her
connection?
team was like, you
You
know
need
what?
to-
It'll look good for you right now.
Yeah.
Ben Platt and Rachel Zegler, I feel like they like her probably.
Yeah, they would know who
so
she is.
they're on the internet.
Yeah.
They know.
Okay, well, now moving to our main topics, we're going to start off with this big controversy surrounding one of the mostly criticized movies in the Oscar run. Not only criticized, but most likely to win a lot of awards and most nominated. So, in the wake of, we talked about it last week,
Yeah.
where the main actress of Emilia Perez, Karla Sofia Gascon, had several racist tweets resurface. Well, the award show campaign for the film Emilia Perez appears to be trying to shuffle the lead actress into the background to regain footing ahead of the Oscars. Gascon, who plays the title role, will reportedly not be joining her co-stars in the U.S. for a week of awards campaigning events she was originally slated to attend, including the Critics' Choice Awards, according to multiple media outlets. Netflix, the streamer behind Emilia Perez, recently released a new For Your Consideration poster as part of the film's Oscar campaign that notably makes no mention of Gascon and doesn't feature any photos of her.
Yikes be. We'll see.
And basically, we brought it up last time, Zoe said she was still processing what she, these allegations. Selena hasn't said anything. Regarding that specific Selena Gomez tweet, she hasn't really said anything about it, but she hasn't, denied it. It was just more of, I'm sorry for these,
what I said in the past.
and the resurfaced tweets, and then the director continues to disavow and disconnect from
Was she
her.
nominated for anything? What,
Lead actress.
lead actress? Oh, okay.
So she was the first openly transgender woman to be nominated for a lead actress award.
So I was seeing videos, and I don't know where I saw it, and I don't hold that much value to it, that could potentially jeopardize Zoe Saldana's win, because a lot of people were projecting her to win, and I don't know if that's why Ariana is like doing this because she's like, I know there's probably a chance that my foot's a little bit more in the door now, so I want to ramp up on like getting people to vote for me,
I
since
think
there's this
so.
little wedge that you can kind of get into.
Yeah, because this happens is there's this controversy surrounding your movie. As you see, people are backing up. She's not on posters. She's no longer going to these events. And what happens at these events? They're going to ask you about her. You don't want to comment. So it's kind of like, well, why are you here? And it kind of leads to you not going to the events, which is like out of sight, out of mind for voters. And that's where Ariana and Billy come running in.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So they're saying, and it really depends. Like,
I can't imagine. I think I would be like, oh, if Ariana Grande wins an Oscar,
I will applaud. And we've been
I would
like
be so happy for her. No, I'd be so happy for her,
and
but
we
I
were
would be in
haters.
shock.
And we were like Ariana hating.
We were low key haters.
Before Wicked, not on her, but it was just like this whole like
situation.
The fact that has not been brought up is just
in fact she's been taking photos. Like I think she's like, okay, I think it's a little bit more okay now.
I wonder if she's gonna take him to. No, I don't think she would. I think she'd take her mom or someone.
Oh
more,
yeah,
like close.
I don't think they would walk together, but he's obviously gonna be there.
Yeah,
I think.
but I just find it interesting if this will play a role, because you also, not only does Zoe win, but it's like if Zoe were to win, Zoe won. Oh, by the way, her co-star this and this and that.
Yeah.
Oh, Emilia Perez won. So. I don't know if the Academy in itself wants those headlines to be
also, like, if I was the
them.
director, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just happy that we got nominated for anything. I'm okay if we don't win. Like, because clearly people aren't a fan. All of this controversy's happening. Like, let's just kind of like.
I need someone to ask Selena like about these tweets, about the tweet about her.
Sure, like amongst their friends, they're like, "Did you see all that stuff?" No, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if it was like Hollywood Reporter or one of those like film things that were showing like the rankings of who was gonna take Best Picture, and they brought down Emilia Perez like I think a couple slots, and they bumped up I think what's it called, The Brutalist, as as the potential winner for the Oscars. So yeah, we'll see. The Oscars are March something. I think March 2nd. Don't quote me on that.
I can't believe I didn't write that down. But yeah.
So we'll see what happens with
good luck, Emilia Perez. I know I said it French. I think it's the director
was
is French. So that's probably how he said it. Now to our other story. We have
continuing
Blake
coverage.
And Justin. You know, I felt like for the last couple of episodes last season, it was always like Taylor and Travis, Travis and Taylor. Now it's Blake and Justin
Her
and
bestie
Blake.
moved on to the bestie.
And I'm low-key a little tired of it.
Oh, I'm really tired of it.
I want this to get to Justin and just be like, we're on your side. Don't push too much that it seems like you're going to tire us out, because by 2026, I want to be excited for this.
I mean, literally all the evidence is out there. We can already predict what the opening statements and what.
Do you think it'll be thrown out? So I have a couple of timeline stuff that people might want to know.
Yes,
okay.
Let's catch you up.
So on February 1st, Baldoni's team published the website dedicated to supporting his lawsuit against Lively and Reynolds that links to an amended complaint filed on January 31st and contains a timeline of events outlining what he says happened on the set of It Ends With Us, including corresponding text messages, emails, and statement Baldoni has had. He was pressured into releasing by Reynolds and Lively that would have seen him take the blame for the troubled production of the movie. He refused to put out that statement. In addition to the statement, Baldoni released a text message exchange with Lively that showed she chose not to meet with an on-set intimacy coordinator he hired, leaving him to relay uncomfortable information from the meeting on his own. Then we have February 3rd. We have a New York federal judge told lawyers for Lively and Baldoni that he would move up the trial date to March of 2026 if the case continued to be be litigated in the press. Lehman ordered both sides to adhere to the New York rules of professional conduct, which stops lawyers from making public comments that have substantial likelihood of tainting a jury, but stops short of sanctioning Baldoni's attorney, despite claims from Lively's team that he has gotten close to defaming her, and he made extrajudicial statements about her and her character. Then, Justin Baldoni just recently suggested in an interview with TMZ he could call Taylor Swift on, a close friend of Blake Lively, who may have been alluded to in Baldoni's lawsuit against the actress, to testify once the case goes to trial, but he hasn't decided yet.
And also, on top of that, TMZ had an exclusive that Taylor is super offended that Blake would involve her in this whole litigation between her and Justin Baldoni.
Yep. And then last thing is that a Texas crisis communication specialist has sued Blake Lively for defamation after the actor pulled him into the legal fight with co-star and director Justin Baldoni over their film. It Ends With Us. Jade Wallace and his company Street Relations filed the $7 million lawsuit in a federal court in Texas.
We've said this, like, just say that you were in love with him. Just
Like to say,
divorce. Figure out something. You need to fend for yourself now.
There was, I don't think it was TMZ, but it was some magazine that reported that close sources say that Ryan and Blake are better than ever. Like, this has not caused any rift or tension within the relationship, which it's obviously planted because Ryan Reynolds recently posted a selfie of him and Blake on his Instagram.
And
saying,
also they did this whole stage thing where I don't even know where he was going. He just, like, they parked him on a street. He had fans there. Everybody with the same poster board and same pictures.
Those are paparazzis that are paid. Either paparazzis or the paparazzis that have, like, these pictures that they end up selling online.
I saw a video on TikTok where a guy claimed to be the one to, like, have put together all these posters.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think that that's true.
I don't think it's
he was
true.
just, like, talking shit. But I'm like, you all, this is, like, crazy. Like, I have never seen anything like this. I'm getting tired of seeing stuff like this. Did you look at the website?
I didn't.
It has two things. It has the timeline of
went through it,
and,
but
like,
it had like
amended.
the amended thing. I didn't.
It was just pages and pages and pages of like text messages again. I'm like, I read the whole original complaint. I'm like, I get the point. Like, I can only imagine it's just more text evidence of just her
relationship,
having conversations in a casual way. That this accusation of sexual harassment, it's like, well, you kind of not perpetrate the conversation, but you allow the
tone.
The words, the tone. Yeah, you create the tone of the conversation. So it's just following your lead type
if you
of
would have
situation.
been, yeah.
It's just it's hard to watch, but I mean, I think that Ryan and Blake have 10 toes down on this whole thing. I think they're going to stand firm on it. I don't know if you've heard of the Be Better content creator on TikTok. So allegedly he's been following this whole thing. I was just watching this video right now where he had put out a video continuing coverage of this whole thing, and it got blocked from US viewers. He thinks that's because Blake and Ryan are trying to just continue to damage control and like because the video was misinformation. But in the video, allegedly, he says that they're planning on refiling their complaint and adding a new plaintiff that could potentially be Jenny Slate.
Oh.
So that's from Be Better content creator. I was just watching a video of somebody recapping.
What is it? Like, why Jenny?
Apparently, it might be because of sexual harassment claims as well on set. I got that really quickly from the video I watched.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
If you all want to hear more from him, he's a really good content creator.
He breaks it down.
Yeah, and he's covering this whole Blake Lively thing. His video, like I said, on US TikTok, you can't see that specific allegation he's made, but it's on his YouTube apparently. So if you all want to look at that, it's just like, I'm sure we're going to be back next week talking about
other things that I also saw, which was someone brought to light that, do you guys remember when Justin Baldoni's podcast host left the podcast being like, deserve better? It's come to light that she's actually friends with Ryan Reynolds and that she was in the Wrexham docuseries.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds owns that Stockholm, and he brought her out on,
Wasn't she talking about just like PR or How was she talking about?
I don't know. They're friends basically, and she posted pictures of a long time ago. It's like, well, duh, that makes sense now. They also showed how the guy Atlas from the movie, he was flown out to young Atlas and old Atlas. They were flown out to another Wrexham game, and they were treated like kings, kind of thing. Someone also pointed out that the only people that have really spoken on behalf of Blake is the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and the director from Simple Favor.
Paul Feig,
Yeah. He is directing Handmaid with Amanda and Sydney Sweeney.
Yes.
They just casted
Housemaid.
Housemaid. Oh, that's another Housemaid. And Brandon has just been cast in it.
Oh.
So they're like, what a coincidence that now you're getting parts.
Because of your connection.
Because of your
Ryan
connection. That's just the assumption.
Well, I'm assuming that's why they stuck with her to begin with, because it's like, well, we're Ryan and Blake. We can get you through more doors than Justin Baldoni.
Yeah.
But the tables were turned on them.
How the tables have turned. But these are just connections. There's no proof that there's actual intent to
And when I mentioned about the addition of the plaintiff, that's an allegation.
About Jenny. We'll see what's filed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week, because I'm sure
there
will be more developments on this whole thing.
Absolutely. Okay, now let's go to our Grammy recap, I guess, story.
Topic, yeah, there's so many things.
There's so many things. Well, music's biggest night took place in Los Angeles just weeks after wildfires left unprecedented destruction across the city of Los Angeles. Instead of looking away, the award show chose to use the platform and captivate audience for good, and a lot of singing and dancing along the way. I have some highlights throughout the night. These are my personal highlights. We have Beyonce, who finally won the Grammy for Album of the Year for her genre-bending Cowboy Carter. Then we have Doechii. She won winner for Best Rap Album. She's now among those who took the stage with a heartfelt message that acknowledged her position in history as only the third female to ever win that award. And then our Best New Artist nominee, Ray. I think that she just gave such an outstanding performance that
out of all the new artists, she was really
like good. I think it's people are like, who is that?
Yeah.
If you didn't know who she was. And then Kendrick Lamar sweeping his categories, and then Chappell Roan's performance of Pink Pony Club and winning Best New Artist.
Yeah, I think it was a great Grammys. I am happy with how things went. I'm not gonna complain. I think I know there's a lot of debate over Beyonce winning Album of the Year because a lot of people connect that to Jay-Z's speech last year where he basically was like, give this woman a Grammy. But I really I think that it was Beyonce's trying something new, getting into a new genre and killing it. So
I think also I should have probably included there. I think that they set up that whole thing with The Weeknd about how they changed their voting format, and now it's kind of all the members vote. 13,000 people vote.
God, they literally kept drilling.
How many people voted?
13,000. Now I know that for a fact.
Yeah, how many people voted?
After everything.
How many people voted? 13,000. And I think that
that was so bizarre, but I'm like, what kind of conversation do you all have before this?
I have a thing with that. I do believe that obviously democracy, majority wins, but it's what about those unknown people that don't have the support? Because there is cliques, there is Beyonce's loved by everyone. Of course people would be like, Beyonce, without maybe giving a second listen to that weird name or that unique name that is on your ballot. But
I'm like, who are all these 13,000 people? Is it anybody who
so it's really
signs up for
there has to be some kind of qualification, but it could just be a musician, it could be an engineer, musical engineer, it could be a producer, it could be a writer, it could be a musician that just it's really, I don't know what their threshold is of criteria, but it's not just you being a singer. It's anything in the music industry that you're part of the academy. You kind of get a picture when they do the memorandum, what's it called?
In memoriam.
In memoriam. I don't remember. The in memoriam of how many people.
Just how many people.
And because you see their titles and
the academy, the music.
Even music engineer, engineers. Qualify for that.
All I could say after that was can I get Drake? Can I get a live view of Drake's reaction to like
My
13,000 people voting for a song that basically was like, you ain't.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how it is so crazy how when he won best record of the year with that, the fact that part when everyone's like, "A mine," the whole crowd went. It's just crazy, and of course Taylor Swift acting wild out there.
Yeah, she was wilding out. A lot of people were pointing out the fact that Kendrick wore a Canadian tuxedo.
LOL.
He was wearing jeans, but it's like you didn't really like think about it until you like really think about it, like a Canadian tuxedo. Like he's just throwing jabs yet again. It's crazy though. I kind of didn't like the fact that like for like Chapel and Sabrina, like they gave him like endless amounts of time, and then the other like new artists, it like gave him like they had the same state.
I
like
also
like a
wonder
back-to-back
if
thing, which I understood why completely.
But I wonder if their performances were because of their Song of the Year nominations and not because they were brand new artists.
Yeah. No, and also because some of them don't require a whole lot of set design.
Yeah.
Honestly, Billie Eilish's whole set thing, I'm like, are they in the room with us? Like, are they somewhere else? Because I'm like, that's a little much. But you could see the disappointment.
Oh,
in
I can't
her
believe I put
face.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie X loved her
She made me want to go party hard.
No, I'm like, why did I not go to the sweat tour?
That would have been so sweaty.
I would have been sweating, and it would have been so like basking in like club classic sweat.
But yeah, now we're gonna recap. I'm sorry, were you done with the Grammys?
No,
I'm so sorry.
No, I thought
we were done.
It was great overall.
It was just great overall. Wait, Trevor Noah.
Oh God, he was so bad this year.
Really?
I didn't like him. I was literally like, can I not see you on my screen anymore?
Really, for me, he's just so witty, like dad joke level, that it's just like when he says stuff, I'm like, like.
No, I was like, can we just have people present music? Like, I don't really have to hear what you say.
You know,
like,
I think Nikki Glaser should just host.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Nikki Glaser. Honestly, Benson Boone's performance is a little awkward. When he kept like walking around J-Lo and
so
J-Lo
funny.
like looked so in love. I'm like, J-Lo.
Someone on TikTok said, Harry, come back. We have an imposter. But yeah, now let's get to our recap of the episode, which is Traitors.
Episode 6.
Do you remember anything that
I looked up
happened
the synopsis because
refresh it.
I enjoy it in the moment, but I literally forget about it a week later. So in this past episode, we meet again at the turret. This was just when they banished. Who did they banish before? I don't know, but they had already thrown each other's names out, so it was kind of like, ugh. So this is awkward. Carolyn is very much like, Danielle, I know that you're going after me. Like, I wish I could vote both of you guys out, honestly. And I think they kind of came to an agreement that they wouldn't attack each other. And they had that whole competition where they had to light up the huge
that was weird.
one. But they all obviously picked. The main thing now is like the shield. Everybody's obsessed with getting the shield. Like, it's crazy how they made that like a primary thing in the game. And then what else was there? It was like the big drama at the table because Wes was trying to take out, Boston Rob. I think he had told people their plan. I think Chrishell, in the synopsis it said Chrishell told Boston Rob that Wes was going after him. So that let Boston Rob prepare for the round table and him being attacked. Of course, Tom Sandoval with his, like, can somebody just vote him out just to vote him out? Like, I'm so tired of seeing that man on my TV screen.
You know, you bring up the shield thing, and I think, producers, listen to me. I just finished the whole season of Survivor that I, like, binge watched. So, a lot of Survivor has, like, these hidden secrets to find what would be the immunity idol, which would be equivalent to the shield. I think they should do something similar where you could randomly find a clue in the home.
I think,
and then
challenging.
it should be, because then it's like you kill two birds with one stone. You have someone searching for the shield, but if someone else like sees them, you're like, are they acting shady because they're a traitor?
Yeah.
Or like, why are they acting weird? And it could either cause doubt on them or help them get a shield. So I think they should look into that.
Like with this whole recent one where it's like each group, there was a shield for each kind of color area. And like, obviously the first thing they're gonna do is go for the shield, and they like paper, scissors, rocks about who's gonna get it. I'm like, it's like, it's just losing its point. I'm like, the game should be called the Shield, like getting the Shield. I don't know. I just think they need to be a little bit more scarce with it, or like make it more challenging to obtain it. Like,
like they should be. I feel like it's such a beautiful castle and home and such unique little knickknacks and like secret compartments that they should just hide the shields in the home, or clues to find maybe 3 throughout the whole season.
Or whoever does well in a challenge, the 3 people who do well,
or just picturing a survivor in a house,
a shield or something like that. I don't know, but and then obviously at the round table, Boston Rob was able to manipulate everyone to be like, oh well, Wes is the one who's like bringing all these crazy theories and all these things, and then everyone ended up voting for Wes. He basically told everyone, F you, you all suck. Like goodbye. And now going into this new episode, it's seeing who they're going to decide to boot out of the game. In
front, right? You have to do something.
Yeah, they have to figure
that
out
the traitors have to do it in front.
Oh yeah, you have to do it in front of the person that you're going to banish.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to
see how that goes. Do you think Dylan Efron is getting like weary of Boston Rob?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think everyone else is. I think Dylan would probably be the last one because I think he's broing out so much.
I think he's so blinded by the fandom.
Like, fandom.
And then Caroline calling out Danielle.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go after each other. I think Carolyn was told by multiple people that Danielle was trying to get her out, and then during the round table, she was like, "I've been told by multiple people you're trying to get me out." And everyone's like, "Oh wait, we never said anything." And I think Carolyn, it's gonna be hard though to like get her. She's a traitor. Like, how are you? Oh yeah, you can banish people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they might go after Carolyn.
You think so?
I think Danielle's going to have success in convincing people that she isn't one. But I know people are starting to catch on with her and Boston Rob.
Yeah.
Boston Rob is just such an obvious one for me, but I think at this point they just want to keep him around.
It was really weird how Wes like hit it like what is it, the nail on the head, because when he's like I think he was rejected, and because he was rejected, he came back to the house as a traitor. Remember? No one knew that. Like, that's just a thing audience knows, that because they didn't accept him in the beginning, that means he would have been entered into the house as a faithful, but because he was rejected, he came back as a traitor. And then the fact that Wes brought it up as one of his pitches, I was just like, are you talking to a producer? Like,
did you see now, like on their Instagram, they released the footage of the people being banished or kicked off, of them hearing who the traitors are?
Oh no.
Yeah, they have that online now.
Oh, that's so cool.
See their reaction. I thought it was they got the reaction at the finale, or I thought they found out at that point, but no, I think they're letting them know now in real time. Yeah,
because they're secluded.
And they're just like, whoa. This one, I forgot who it was when it was revealed it was Caroline. They're like, oh my God, yeah, she's always acting so weird. I had a feeling it was her. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see but if you know her, which a lot of people don't, that's how she acts all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think it's, So it's a decent season.
It's a decent season. I think season 4 will be better, because I think it's getting enough attention where more celebrities want to be on it, and I think they're learning what the game's like. Okay, how do we keep the actual episode,
or keep it interesting? I feel like the challenges lately have been so blah.
Me too.
But I've never really been a big fan of the challenge.
I think it's because you bring in these people who aren't challengers, and they're just like struggling to breathe in.
I genuinely thought last season 2 was the best season so far.
Yeah.
I think based on the traitors, the challenges, everything, I think it was so good. This season I'm kind of like, I just really can't stand the traitors, honestly.
I like Boston Rob, but I'm a fan of Survivor.
I like Boston Rob. He has his moments with me, though. I feel like he gets super upset and takes it so personally.
You're the traitor.
Yeah, but I'm he's doing a good job, so.
Yeah, but that does it for us. Yes. Thanks, guys, for tuning in once again this week. Be sure to meet us back here, same place, next week. You can follow us on social media, Pop Off the Clock on Instagram, on TikTok that I never post. Sorry about that. And you can find our tags there. Pop Off the Clock.
All right.
That does it for us.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.